Welcome back. Tonight we are removing the exterior trim and glass. Troy got things started by attacking the roof rail molding. Scott began his night disassembling the passenger side chrome window trim.
The last time you saw trim held on with screws.
After removing the screws that held the windshield side trim on, he was on to the top and bottom windshield molding. Having the right tool for the job when it comes to removing trim can make all the difference when trying to preserve the original trim pieces. A few more screws and clips later, and it was on to the rear window. After removing an endless amount of screws, the rear window molding came off without a hitch. Troy finished removing the passenger side drip rail molding, and it was on to the rear taillight buckets. The rear taillight buckets came out easily, and after a quick unplugging, Scott moved on to the rear trunk molding. Next up was the passenger side B-pillar emblem. After a little investigation and prying, we quickly determined that accessibility and ease of removal isn't always in the automotive engineer's thought process. Apparently, Ford engineers thought it would be a good idea to attach the B-pillar emblem with screws mounted from behind the headliner fabric. And in one swift, decisive moment, the original headliner was rendered useless.
Ha! Some bitch. Another one there, it's covered in glue.
Got them both? Ah, that's a lot easier.
Yeah, amazing how easy that came off.
Some bitch. Yeah, that should be all of them.
Where does it feel like it's holding it up?
There's like a tab that it's like held on. Right in between the two screws on the bottom.
Feel anything? There is another hole down here.
There we go.
Team member Matt Gamble showed up to lend a much-needed hand. And with the B-pillar emblem now removed, it was time to move on to the interior. First up was the front bench seat. After a quick look, we realized in order to remove the seats, we would have to raise the car to get to the bolts.
Yeah,
You gotta raise it up. I think you gotta get it from the bottom.
Yeah, see, it's right here. There's this one here, and then here's the front one right here.
What is that?
I don't know what. Yeah, it's got to be a seatbelt.
Seatbelt mount.
Yeah, and then same over here. Right there.
With the car in the air, we assessed the situation and removed the
Like
bolts.
that?
That bolt is holding this up right now.
Yeah. The whole car's gonna stretch when you take the seat bolt. I just got the impact. This would have taken 5 seconds.
Nice job, Gamble.
After a little maneuvering, the seat came out without a hassle. The guys quickly found a new way to repurpose the front seat.
Where's your beer?
And although it might not be a permanent addition to the shop, it definitely makes a good place to lounge and enjoy a cold beverage.
The upholstery here is really nice. Really matches our fridge over here.
Looks like you had a blowout in the driver's side over there.
Southern California is known for its Mexican food.
Is he?
That's right.
That's a late night.
That's what'll happen. That's 50 years of Tito's Tacos right there.
That'll get you every time.
You get down low and slow up here. All right, Troy, pull out the back seat.
With break time over, next up was the back seat, which came out fairly easily. Now, after 50 years, you would think we might find a bit of loose change, but it wasn't so.
That original upholstery sample. It's nice. Also, perhaps an Edelbrock Kennett. I don't know. See that? Sell that on eBay.
There you go.
Matt started in on removing the rear quarter window panel and hardware,
Regulators off.
which as it turns out was a bit more labor intensive than we originally thought.
dew out. That is Ford engineering at its finest.
With the passenger quarter window hardware and panel out, Matt moved on to the opposite side rear panel. While he takes care of that, let's raise the car to remove the old fuel line.
Yeah, check them out. There it is. We got a match?
There it is.
Some more of it.
With the fuel line removed, it was on to the next item, seat belts.
I'm gonna hire a videographer at my garage at home just for all the light. It's nice.
It is nice.
The first belt came out without a hitch, but the other side, not so much. Sometimes on projects like this, you always have that one bolt, and this was it. Matt found out that it's not always righty-tighty.
I really would have made this reverse threads, dude.
Come on, use your fingers, dude.
Yeah. Right here like that. It's gotta be reverse threads.
Yeah, I think that's. I remember it being on my Nova. It was reverse threads.
Thanks for speaking up.
Sorry. I just want to see you struggle a little bit. Is it coming out?
I don't know.
Tighter. Yeah, let's take a look at it. Let's raise it up and look at it.
I'll just go ahead and take a break here while you guys lift it up.
So, back up in the air we go.
No, it's going.
It's going. It's correct.
Yeah, you're
That's
going
going
right
out. Yeah. It's just got a bunch of schmutz on the end.
Schmutz. You're almost there. You got 2 more inches to go, bro. Maybe 3. All the schmutz is gone.
With the seat belts now gone, it was on to removing the door glass. Next on the list was the front door hardware and panel. First to come off was the door handle and window crane. After trying to figure out an easy way to remove the front passenger door panel, it was time to let force take its course.
I don't think we're going to use the navy blue door panels either.
Adios, door panel.
And out they come.
You didn't want this shit falling off.
Tell us from the factory. I can tell you it's good. Like in my Volkswagen, when I redid it, I don't have this, and freaking it gets moist inside.
No, I mean,
Yeah.
1,
all the
2,
screws.
3,
Oh.
4, 5, 6, 7
Trim
screws,
screws.
trim screws.
Dude, every piece of trim is on with a dozen bolts.
Back when men were men and sheep were nervous.
Right.
Back when the trim designer had a brother who owned a screw factory.
Exactly.
After removing some of the inner door hardware, it was finally time to remove the front door glass and vent window. We popped the window felts out in order to help with clearance for removing the vent window.
Hang on. There it is.
man.
That is clever.
Talk about a jigsaw puzzle. Look at that. Yeah, like you said, look at that casting.
It's a die casting. Wow. That's bitchin'. That's an old 60s die. Look at that. You see the ejector pins on it and shit.
Yep. Go forward.
Yeah. Badass.
Man, that is pretty freaking beefy.
Back when men made everything with slide rules.
After removing the door glass and wing window and admiring the robust early 60s hardware design, we still needed to remove most of the inner door and window hardware.
belt buckle for you.
There it is.
Take a sense, people.
It's tuned up.
That looked a bit easier than it was, and with the inner parts now gone, it was on to removing the rear quarter window. With that said, let's catch up with team leader Scott Herman and get an update on the status of the chassis.
So last time we talked, we finally decided on the Art Morrison chassis. So since then, we actually got the drawing. So we're in the process of checking all the dimensions to make sure they're going to fit the car the way we want it to fit the car. In the process of checking out all the dimensions, one of the guys floated the idea that would it be possible to convert this to an all-wheel drive vehicle? And we all thought that was an intriguing and innovative idea. So I think we're going to need to investigate this and see what the feasibility of being able to do that would be. So we're going to have to put the brakes on for a little bit and see if that would be possible to do.
Oh, sorry. So will it pull out if we took those out? Hold the phone. Open the door.
After struggling with the rear quarter window, we finally prevailed with minimal bloodshed.
It's a wicked wound. Straight to the ER. Somebody write a report.
Well, that about does it for this episode of Edelbrock Garage. Thanks for watching. Catch the latest on the Fairlane build by visiting the Edelblog and following us on social media.